Okay, g'day guys, Andrew Dwight. Hey, I'm going to talk about PlusSpec and what it actually does for you as a business. Essentially, I've imported some plans here. I'm going to put in a wall or some walls there, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that so you get a bit of an understanding very quickly of what the software does. So I'll just draw one wall over here. Okay, it put in a wall, but it actually put bricks on the wall, and behind the scenes it also put in things like studs and everything that's required to actually build this particular wall. And you'll notice that I actually drew it in 3D. I didn't look at it top down like you would with the majority of software. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly trace over this plan here so we can have a bit of a look at what this will do for us as a builder. It helps us find errors and so on, so I'm not going to get too caught up. I'm just going to quickly trace over this here and see if we can distinguish what we can make of this as far as for a building company, how we can utilize it to find any errors, how we can utilize it to deliver a plan set to a customer, or how we can utilize it to do a bill of quantities. Okay, so I quickly traced over some walls there, and I can go to those walls and I can put windows in them very, very quickly. It kind of looks like we're doing something complex, but we're really not. And I'm not going to get too caught up in window placement. We can choose window sizes, types and styles very quickly. I think you'll get an understanding of this. Right, so once I have a set of plans there, I can associate windows and doors according to the set of plan very, very quickly. Add a door here. You can see we've got a door there. I could probably actually even click over here to put that door in. Right, so I've got a door here. Make sure it's the same type of door. I've got a slider here, and I'm going to go and put that into this wall. Okay, and you'll notice that I now have my door in there. I'm not sure if the plans are lined up, but the main point is that when I'm adding this information, I'm getting a bill of quantities from it. So if I want to have a quick look at a bill of quantities now, I can just estimate the wall that's selected, or I can estimate everything inside of the model. Okay, so you'll notice there's a heap of things here that we didn't really write in. We've got termite barrier, we have all the lumber and every length to cut it for from the frames, windows, brickwork. We also have lintels that go over top of brickwork. There's a whole heap of information that's coming out very, very quickly, which is great because I can associate price with everything inside of this model, and I can get an understanding of costs. Now, I could bang on here and show you how to draw, but I don't think it's the reason why you're here or the reason why I'm here. So let's have a look at what would be the finished product of that model. And to do something like this, to trace over it in the form that I was doing then, you could probably pull something up like this in about 45 minutes once you've got the basic understanding. Learning how to use PlusSpec is quite easy. Essentially, inside of every tool, notice that we have a little question mark here, and also a whole heap of prompts that tell us what things do. So structural wall, is it going to be existing or demolition? So if I clicked existing and I drew something, obviously it's not going to estimate it, and if it's demolished, when I do an estimate, it's going to tell me how much I'm going to throw in the bin. I can choose the stud spacings, the type of lumber or timber that we're going to use, how many top plates. The material selections, I can choose real bricks from real manufacturers, and all of them have a thickness. So I'm reducing the hassle of actually quantifying products by selecting products that may have been requested by the client. And I'll just quickly draw this wall down here. Right, as you can see, you've got my wall down there. I'm just going to undo that, and I'm going to show you that you can use it for more than just an estimating tool. The walls that I drew initially, yes, and every single thing inside of this model, when I estimate, it'll tell me how much roofing, how many downpipes, how much handrail, and that's important. However, imagine you going up in a quote against me when I'm armed with this tool, and you've got maybe some photographs of a previous job. I've drawn something like this for the client. Whether you like the design or not, it's not up to us. We're builders. But more important, the client's looking at me and going, wow, look at this guy's presented for me. And you may not get into this much detail with a client, but if you look at what I can actually show, or what I can understand about the job, is that I have trusses, I have frames, I have steel. So I can look at a slab plan. You notice I've got penetration through there. I can look at how the pipes are going to go over top of the slab. I can look at how my structural steel goes, and I can look through this job very, very quickly. From a builder's perspective, I can find errors. From an estimation perspective, I can reduce the amount of waste that's inside of the project. We call this process virtual design and construction, and we had to make it easy enough for you to be able to use from a builder's perspective. I'm not a CAD monkey or a genius. I don't really get too involved in technical things. I have enough trouble using my phone. So we had to make this simple enough for you to use, not only to get a bill of quantities, to associate price, to figure out errors, and to communicate with your client. And when you do that, you win work. That's what PlusSpec is all about, guys. It's easy to use, easy to get started, and we look forward to seeing you succeed like I have with this software. Cheers.